In this video I'll show you how to make this bass sound.
All we ever hear from you is blah blah blah. So all we ever do is go yeah yeah yeah.
Compared to the original.
All we ever hear from you is blah blah blah. So all we ever do is go yeah yeah yeah.
My name is Matt Flank. Let's get started. Okay, so if you don't feel like following the tutorial, as always, you can go to my website, link in the description, and you can download this preset for free. So this is the serum preset. As you can see, we have a sub oscillator, one oscillator, and then a noise oscillator. I will drag this to my second screen and we'll start from scratch to remake this. Okay, so we can leave the shape as it is since we are using a saw wave anyway. We're going to turn on our sub oscillator and leave it at a sine, and we're going to leave the volume as this as well. So then we're going to turn on the noise oscillator, we're going to leave this on AC hum, we're going to enable this. So what that means is it will play back the sample from the beginning, so it enables the one-shot mode for the sample. We're going to drag the volume all the way down. So the next step is to use the envelopes. So we're going to adjust envelope 1 so it has a little bit of release around 140 milliseconds, just like that. Then we're going to go to envelope 2 and we are going to map this to the filter and to the noise. Let's start by mapping it to the noise. And we're going to set this value to 20. Just like that. And then we're going to enable the filter. We're going to select an MG low 18. We're going to set the cutoff to 17 Hz. We're going to set the drive to 24%. And we're going to set the FET to 38%. And now we can map the envelope to all of those. So to the cutoff, to the drive, and to the FET. But we're going to drag these down a little bit. So for the cutoff it's going to be a value of 61, around 60 is good. Then for the drive we're going to use a value of 25, just like that. And then for FET we are going to use a value of 18. And you can play around with these yourself to see which one works best and which one sounds better to you. So now for the values of the envelope itself, we're going to drag the sustain down to around 50%, so around halfway. We're going to drag up the release to around 200 milliseconds. Just above, right there. Then we're going to drag the decay down to 240 milliseconds. Around there is good. And then we're going to leave the rest as this. So now we have this sound. So the next step is to go to the effects. I'm going to go to the effects as well, and this is where the magic happens. We're only needing two things, which is a compressor, a multiband compressor, and then an EQ. Let's drag those up, and let's start with the compression. So we're going to drag down the threshold just a tiny bit to around minus 13 dB, just like that. We're going to set the ratio to 12 o'clock, right there, so that's a ratio of 1.9 to 1 that we want, right there. We're going to leave the attack and release as they are, and we're going to increase the gain ever so slightly to 7.5 dB. Now it sounds like this. As you can hear, the noise is way too loud right now, and that is because we forgot to enable the noise oscillator in the filter. That's better. I'm going to drag down the master volume to 12 o'clock as well, because this is getting too loud. Like that. So next up we're going to change the values of this multiband compressor. We're going to set the high frequencies to around 130%, just like that. The mid frequencies we're going to drag down a bit to 68%. And then the low frequencies we're going to drag down as well to 92%. And you can play around with the mix if you want, but I found out that the mix at 100% wet works fine. Then finally for the EQ, we're going to set the frequency to this to 2.8 kHz. We're going to select the shelf and we're going to drag up the gain by 10 decibels to add some more click to it. You can leave the Q factor as it is, but you can play around with that if you want as well. And this is the final result. You might notice that it sounds a tiny bit different to the one I showed you in the beginning. And if you want the exact same values as my preset that I fine-tuned and I spent a lot of time fine-tuning, you can go to my website and download it for free. So that's it for this quick tutorial. If you have another sound in mind or another song in mind that you want me to remake for you and give you the preset for free, please send me a message. This was requested by a subscriber as well. So I hope you liked it. Thank you for watching. If you want to see more videos like this, please subscribe to the channel. My name is Matt Flank. Peace out.